Hey guys, welcome to our we call this our brothers sports debate. And today we're going to be going over some topics such as the recent trades that were made in the NBA. There's so much exciting stuff going on in the NBA right now. Matter of fact, the other night I woke up at 2 in the morning and I thought that I was dreaming. I fell asleep watching Sports Center and I thought that I was dreaming when I heard that Paul George was traded to the LA Clippers. Not only Paul, but Kawhi signed with the LA Clippers, and Kawhi single-handed pulled George right out from Sam Presti's hands next to his Brody, Russell Westbrook. It blew my mind. It was shocking. I had to pinch myself to make sure that I was really hearing what I was hearing. What'd you think about it?
Honestly, I think the Clippers won the deal here. The Thunder are pretty much in rebuilding mode, sending all their talent and getting young pieces and future assets. But pretty much,
So you think the Clippers won this trade?
yes.
Um, I would have to. I couldn't say that I disagree, but I would have to say that the Thunder, what they have been doing is not working.
Nope.
I'm a Thunder fan. I love the Thunder. I go to the games. I'm a die-hard Oklahoma City Thunder fan, but they cannot seem to make it out of the first round of the playoffs. With all the talent they have, with all the moves they've made, getting Paul George to sign back, they just haven't been able to make it past the first round of the playoffs, and it's been very, very disappointing. Speaking of that, now we have Russell Westbrook, and where do you see Westbrook going from here?
I definitely know he requested for a trade, so I could see him going to the Heat or the Rockets, hopefully, and teaming up with James Harden.
Well, there's been rumor that the Rockets would be interested in him, but that's a long shot right there.
Yeah.
I mean, how would him and Harden play together? I mean, James Harden needs the ball in his hands. I mean, that's the issues that him and Chris Paul was having. The rumors that they were feuding and that they weren't getting along, and there was possibly going to be a trade there. How would Russell Westbrook, who is dominant with the ball, and James Harden fit together? How could they make that work?
I see the same thing with Paul George and Russell Westbrook because Paul George needs the ball in his hands as well, but he can do both. Same with James Harden, he can do both, just like Chris Paul and him. I mean, they went to the Western Conference Finals 2 years ago, and then Chris Paul gets injured and they lose in Game
They've
7.
been given, and they've been giving the Warriors a
Yeah,
shot for
I
their
mean,
money. I mean, but I would love to see Westbrook team up with. I would love to see Westbrook go somewhere where he can be successful and he can be part of a championship run.
yeah.
But the question I have for you today is, who will have a better season record between the Clippers and the Lakers now? Now that all the moves have been made, you got LeBron, you got AD, you got DeMarcus Cousins, you've got Danny Green. I mean, Rondo re-signed. These boys are really putting together something to try to make a run while they have LeBron.
Yes, and honestly, I think that the Lakers will have a better season record now than they would have if they signed Kawhi, because their depth wouldn't have been any good at all. It would have been three-headed. And say AD gets hurt, anything, he's injury prone, then that sets them back even more. But I could see the Lakers having a better record than the Clippers.
I would have to disagree here. I cannot. I just. The defense of the LA Clippers now is going to be fascinating. I believe that you have three of the best defenders in the NBA on one team. And we live in a day that the NBA is all about scoring. It's all about three-pointers. It's all about shooting from behind the arc. But I think defense wins championships.
Yes.
I see the Clippers having a better season record than The Lakers. You could sit here and say, "Oh well, Paul George. Paul George is your favorite player. Wherever Paul George goes, you're going. You want to jump on the bandwagon
It's
of the
not a
Clippers,
bandwagon.
all because they've got some people. I mean, where is your loyalty? You remind me of Kevin Durant.
I'm loyal to Paul George.
You're loyal to Paul George.
Yes.
But you were OKC all the way. You're wearing an OKC
An OKC
All-Star jersey right now, Paul George.
jersey,
Okay,
yeah.
where is your loyalty? You remind me of Kevin Durant. Well, it explains it all. Paul George. Paul George sold out on Russell Westbrook to go chase a championship.
First of all, Paul George helped Russell Westbrook. He re-signed to try to give Westbrook another chance and go back and try to win the championship. And that wasn't working, obviously.
But it wasn't Westbrook's fault. You're looking at a man who is resilient, who is he's ferocious on the court. Okay? Paul George, his last time in a Thunder uniform, Dame the Dollar pulls up in his face from just a little above beyond half court and hits the dagger.
That's not Paul George. He almost blocks
He
the
did
shot.
not defend. He underestimated the shot making ability of Dame the Dollar. Damian Lillard had been making them shots all series from way back then, and he failed to defend Dame the Dollar. So they would have made it out of the first round. They had a chance with the way everything fell into place. They had a good shot to run for the Western Conference Finals. But because of Paul George, lack of defense, Dame hit the game winner shot.
Okay, I'm going to quote what Paul George quoted.
Go ahead.
That was a bad shot.
A bad shot.
It happened to go in. It's a bad shot.
Was he or was he not making those kind of shots all series long?
Not that deep. Not that deep.
He was making them shots all series long. But I don't even want to get into this debate with you right now over the shot. Let's move forward into this season. There's been a lot of awesome moves. There's been some interesting trades. You see Boogie's going from the Warriors to LA. You see Danny Green leaves Toronto. Kawhi goes to the Clippers. Paul George goes to the Clippers. I mean, this is very exciting. Do you see the NBA starting to balance out the talent?
Yes, it's much better than last season. It's going to be a lot more entertaining.
I cannot wait to see the battle that takes place in California.
Me too. I mean, they're going to be playing in the same arena every night.
Does it excite you at all?
Yes.
Praise the Lord. But when you look at these, I want to break down real quick some of the stats of last season. You have four main players in California now. You have AD, you have LeBron, you have Kawhi, and you have Paul George now. So you have LeBron, who averaged 27.4 points a game, 8.5 rebounds, 8.3 assists. You have Kawhi, averaged 26.6, 7.3 rebounds, 3.3 assists, shooting at a good 49% from the arc. Davis, 25-9, 12 rebounds. So the rebounds is going to be there for Los Angeles. Davis is a rebounder. Not only will they have him, they'll have DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah.
So I think the defense of the Clippers is going to be a lot more better than LA. But when you look at the rebounding, and then you have Paul George, who had a fascinating season, one of his best seasons of his career, averaging 28 points a game. He had 8.2 rebounds, shooting 43%. Where do you see this? Do you see them two ending in the Western Conference Finals?
Yes, unless they face off before that, if the Clippers drop to 3 in the rankings or the Lakers. But if they're 1 and 2, I see them 2 in the Western Conference Finals.
Okay, what about the Eastern Conference?
I could see the Bucks and the 76ers.
76ers, hey, they're not going nowhere.
No.
They're not going nowhere. They traded Jimmy Butler to the Miami Heat. I think that he'll do well there. There's been talk that Westbrook might be traded to the Miami Heat to play alongside Jimmy Butler. I don't think there's enough there to make any kind of deep run.
No.
I think there's a lot of work to be done there. So who do you see in the NBA Finals in the 2020
Um,
season?
I think
Quote him
everyone.
now. Listen, guys, quote him.
I think everyone underestimates the power of LeBron, and
LeBron.
okay, they were making the
Here we
playoff.
go.
They were like the number 3 seed in the West until LeBron got hurt and dropped all the way out of the
Listen,
playoffs.
LeBron James is trash.
No, he is.
He is a whiny
Okay,
dirtbag.
now you're hating.
Okay, he is a whiny
You're a
dirtbag.
hater.
LeBron has to have. I don't ever remember Michael Jordan saying, "Give me all the star players and then I'll win." No, he just won. Why? Because he's great, and that's what greatness does. Greatness wins despite of the adversity. LeBron is a crybaby. He has to have all the star players. He gave up. He can't win. Point blank. What is his finals record?
LeBron led the Cavaliers with the second best player of Agauskas and Mo Williams to 66 wins.
Okay, he's washed up.
He's not washed up.
There was a time in his prime that he played well, but he is washed up. And speaking of that, we see all these trades and these new teams being developed, right? What about chemistry? Do you think these teams are just going to click?
Yeah, I could. I mean, superstars can learn to play with pretty much
It
anyone.
don't always work out together, though.
No, it doesn't. But I could. Kawhi's unselfish. Paul George is unselfish. LeBron is very unselfish. I could see all of them working out just fine.
There's one thing that I can admit: LeBron is unselfish. I mean, although he is a selfish person, he's unselfish on the court. Um, anyways, but if you really look at this, I see the Philadelphia 76ers and the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. I see them the best two, finishing top
Yeah.
two. But where's the Golden State Warriors? See, we see all this movement and nobody's talking about Golden State. They haven't lost. They lost Kevin Durant, but they were champions without Kevin Durant.
True.
Now they have D'Angelo Russell.
Yes, but he also, there's been a lot of rumor of him getting traded. So I think their placement is going to depend on who they trade him
Okay,
for.
so what if D'Angelo Russell stays in the
If he
Warriors? Where do
stays-
they finish?
I
Can
don't-
they compete with the
I don't think
LeBrons
that-
and the Kawhis?
I don't think they compete because you have D'Angelo Russell and Curry as a backcourt, and there's no defense in that.
They're champions, so.
But there's no defense.
Speaking of that, didn't Andrew Iguodala? Where's he?
Andre Iguodala is. Where is he? I don't remember.
You forgot?
Yeah, he
Look,
got.
the guy says he knows sports. I'm
No,
gonna
he
eat
didn't
him
get
up.
bought out yet.
I know,
Did he? Yeah,
I know,
he's-
but I'm saying, where would
he's getting
he?
traded.
You know, there's. I can't. It really breaks my heart as an Oklahoma City Thunder fan to see them fall apart. They're rebuilding. They've got a bright future ahead.
Yep.
But I want to see them win now.
I mean, any person wants to see them.
Yeah, well, of course. You know, my great grandkids might get to see Oklahoma City Thunder go for a championship, the way it's looking right now. But thank you for joining in. This is just a quick segment of our sports debate, our sports talk. You can go find us on YouTube. Josh Williams and Brett Gilbert. We love to debate sports. We're excited about the upcoming year. We're excited about the trade. We're excited to see what Zion and some of the new rookies that are coming into the league. I believe that Zion will be a powerhouse in his first year. I see him averaging 20 points or so, over 10 rebounds. I see him having many double-doubles. I see RJ. I see,
looked a little rusty in the summer league.
Yeah,
He'll get used to it.
Yeah, but thank you for joining in. Share this and hit like, comment, hit the bell. We love you. Sports Nation.